I'll see one another powerful feature of object-oriented programming, that is inheritancy. Inheritancy is the process by which one class acquires properties and functionalities of another class. Suppose if you're having one class which is already existing, like suppose say if you're having a person class, okay, which contains properties like name, age, address, etc. And now suppose if you want to define a class for student, or say suppose if you want to define a class for teacher, which also contains these properties like name, age, and address, and plus it is having some other properties like roll number, school name, etc. So in that case, instead of defining student class from scratch, we can extend properties of person class to student class. Okay, we can extend properties of person class to teacher class. So this idea of defining new class by extending to existing class is known as an inheritance. Okay, so in this, the aim of inheritancy is to provide the reusability of a code. Okay, the aim of inheritancy is to provide the reusability of a code so that a class has to write only the unique features and the rest of common functionalities can be extended from another class here. So in this case, like person is existing class and student and teacher are extended class from person class here. Okay, so child class, in this case the child class is the class that extends the feature of another class. Okay, child class is also known as a derived class or subclass, and parent class is the class whose properties and functionalities are inherited by child class. Parent class is also known as a superclass or base class here. So in our example, person will act as a parent class and student and teacher will act as a child class here. Okay, so here you can see syntax of inheritancy. So in this case, you have to write down this class keyword, then name of derived class, and in parenthesis you need to write down the name of a parent class here. We'll see one example of inheritancy. Here first we are writing one class person which contains two members, age and name. So we'll initialize these two members by using init method. So init method takes two parameters here, name and age. That will write here name and age. Okay, we'll initialize it saying self.name is equal to name, self.age is equal to age. Okay, and here we are writing one function like print underscore person by which we just want to print this data on screen. So here we are saying name Okay, so this is a class person having two attributes, name and age, and one method, that is print person, by which we are printing this data. Now we want to define child class of this person class. See, there is one class we want to define student, which will also consider these two properties, name and age. So instead of redefining these properties in student class, we can extend person class and we can add new properties to student whatever required here. So that extension we can manage by means of inheritance here by making person class parent of student class here. So that we can do by writing name of parent class inside parenthesis here. So when you write like this, what happens? Person class becomes parent class of student class here. Okay, when you write inside parenthesis name of person class, it means that student is a child of person class here. So now we can access this name, age, and print underscore person, means name, age properties and print underscore person function inside this student class here. Okay, so we'll see it how we can do it also. Now inside this student class, we want to add one new property, that is roll number. Okay, that property is specific to student, means student class will have three properties, name, age, and roll. Name, age inherited from person, and role is specific to student here. So once again we will do the same thing by using constructor here. Now see how we are writing this constructor. We are passing three parameters to this constructor, name, age, and role. As we have said, role is only specific to student, so that we can initialize by saying self.role is equal to role. And this name and age, these are the two properties that defined from person. So these two properties means these two parameters what we are having over here, name, age, that we just want to transfer to this init method of a person class here. Okay, this name, age we want to transfer to init method of a person class. So see how we can do it exactly. We are having two options to do it. First option, we can call init method of person like this, and here we will pass this self object also and this name and age also. Okay, see how we can call init method of parent class in init method of a child class here. So this is first option, person dot init. We can call init method by name of a class, pass self object and name and age here. Okay, so we'll keep with this one and we'll see second option afterwards. And now we are calling this one another method, that is print roll or say print student. Okay, and from here we are printing this roll number. So scenarios like this, person is a parent class, student is a child class. Person is having two attribute, name, age, one print person function. Student is having additional attribute role and one additional method print student. So now we are creating object of student here. While creating object, we are passing name, age and roll number. Okay, and then now we are calling this two print function, first print person, then print student. We can call print person function because that function is inherited in student class here. Okay, so when you run, you will get whatever output over there. So here you can see first method we used to call parent member in child by saying name of a class dot constructor name, that is init method, and then we are passing self, name and age. Now second option, just comment it out. Second option we can do by using one method, that is super. Okay, one method, that is super. See, super method allows us to access the inherited methods that cascade to class objects. Means by using super method, we can call parent class method in child class. Okay, so here I can say super dot init. And now this time there is no need of passing any self object. You can say only name and age. You will get same result. And this is better option. Instead of using name of a class like person and all that, you better use super function, super method. Super method is always there to access parent class members. We can just improvise. Instead of calling this print person function explicitly, we can do one thing. Inside this print student, by using this super method, we are calling this print person function. Okay, so means when you call print student, inside that print student function itself we are calling print person function. Okay, so this is how we can implement inheritance in Python by this syntax, name of a in front of name of a child class, in parentheses write down the name of a parent class here. And this is one important method, super. By using the super method we can access parent class members in child class.